How is it going, boys and girls? Welcome back to Key West Waterman. My name is Aaron Young. It is grouper season opener. If you've been keeping up, we just got back about 30 hours ago from a month-long trip to Southeast Asia, and I don't have it in me to miss grouper season. If you've been keeping up with the channel, this is like a kind of a tradition, yeah? This is my good friend Gavin. You know him.
Year 5.
He's the only one dumb enough to come out here and dive with me today. It's blowing about 20, but yeah, I don't have it in me to miss grouper season opener. So that's the plan today. I normally do commercial, but it's really rough and I'm really tired, so probably just do some recreational stuff. But the plan is get down there, hopefully shoot some fish, and I'll bring you along. This is our first spot. We're getting suited up. We're gonna hop in the water. What the heck is that doing out here? Welcome back underwater, everybody. Thanks so much for tuning in. As always, we are officially back in the States. If you've been keeping up, we did a month-long delayed honeymoon to Southeast Asia. It was an incredible trip, but we are back, and it feels good to be back. A little weird. It's the longest trip we've ever taken. We're kind of adjusting, but feels good to be back. It was really nice to get back in the water. So this was May 1st. It is a holiday for me. This is one of my favorite days of the year, and I just can't bring myself to miss it. So as always, we'll talk about some of the dives, some of the scenarios, go over a bit. I'll let some of the clips just roll. This is our first spot of the day, very first drop. If you pay attention, you can see some grouper kind of rolling out. I'm scanning, trying to pick which one I'm interested in. It's a big Goliath grouper there as well. It's a little dark because it was still early in the morning. Lining up on this grouper, shoots down in a hole. Pretty bummed, and it shoots right back out, and it turns. I took a shot. I thought I hit it right through the head. I thought it looked like the shaft went through, but I couldn't tell if it went all the way through with the flopper. It went down in a hole, and it was my first drop of the day. I was feeling a little tired from the jet lag, but decided I would leave it there. It went far enough down in the hole I wasn't worried about a shark grabbing it, so decided to leave it there, come back up and catch my breath. Not a great start. I can't tell if he's going to come off or not, but he's deep in a hole, so he's all right. There were a few fish, big one, and I'm going to let him settle. But feel free to make a drop, I'll spot you. There were a few fish around. Yeah, don't bother with mine. I'll take care of mine. So between these two drops, Gavin actually did a drop. He said he dropped down, lined up on a black, and the second he pulled the trigger, it turned and spooked, and he just barely missed it. So we were not off to a great start. So again, caught my breath, wanted to have a good breath to come down and work on this fish, and I come down, I grab the shaft, and I can feel it is completely empty. There's nothing on it, so pretty bummer of a start. Sometimes it happens. I don't know, I hit that fish good, hit it right in the side of the head. I think the fact that the fish turned right when I shot it slowed it down a little, but I'm not sure. I felt like I was close enough. I can come up with all the excuses I want. It just happens sometimes, unfortunately. Just got to try to get it out of your head and move forward. Not off to a great start. I hit him right in the head. I guess it just didn't go through. So fast forward a couple dives. I didn't see anything. I slid over just a little bit, was going to do another drop. And just to keep YouTube land real, I don't show every single dive I take. I think this day, it was a pretty short day. I only took maybe 25 dives. And in this episode, I'll show you a little less than half of that probably. I do like to keep it real, but at the same time, if I leave every dive in, these episodes would be 2 hours long. They'd be way too long. So this was a few dives later. Same technique, just drop, pull my head halfway through the dive, start scanning because it was decent visibility I could see this day. On the top of the screen just a few seconds ago, a grouper flicked out and went into a hole. And I saw where he went, and I turned on my night vision goggles. The camera doesn't really pick it up. I can see his lips sticking out. So I line up, take a shot, try to catch just the tip of his head. Looked like I had enough of a holding shot, and I did. You can see here starts to go crazy, just trying to keep my cool. Luckily the fish popped back out with a couple of tugs there and got my hands on it, and we've got the first black grouper of the season, and a really nice one actually. You can see it's got that paintbrush tail we talk about. When black grouper get a certain size, the edges of their fins start to turn black. Brain and bleed as always. A beautiful fish.
There was another one over there. It seemed a little lively over there. Let me just catch my breath and get him in the boat and I'll spot you. Somebody's missing a wire rig. Like a stinger. First one of the season, baby!
It's a stinger.
We're on the board. It's a little rusty on that first fish. I'm curious to see what happened. I hit it right in the head, but I think it was one of those ones where right when I pulled the trigger, he turned. And it got like a weird angle on him, but...
I shot a rock.
I made up for it with the second. Got a little paintbrush on there. We're gonna move along. I want to shoot a giant mutton today.
I want to not shoot one right now.
Don't do that, Dan. I need
You
you.
driving already?
No.
Yeah.
No.
So this is our second spot. Roll into my dive. I get a few kicks down, tuck my head, pull that gun in close to my chest. I start to sink a little bit. Normally I'll keep my head tucked a little longer. I was a little anxious this day, so I was pulling out of my dives earlier than normal, but it is not a must, just a technique I like to do, especially if I'm diving deeper. On my way down, I spot a grouper. It's not having what I'm selling. Right away when it sees me, it just starts working on its way out. So I'm leaning into it, and it's not slowing down at all. So do a little desperate reach there, but I realize it is a fool's errand. So I'm not even going to try. Not going to waste my energy. That fish was not having it. So same thing on the second drop, and the camera doesn't pick up fish as quickly as my eyes do. I can see a lot better in person, obviously. But there's also a big shark. There's a nice grouper here, and I'm following him, and there's a nice little rock there, and I was hoping he was going to tuck under it, and he did. And he came and sat broadside, and the shark is just waiting for me to shoot. So I'm waiting for the shark to turn the opposite way so I can get a good shot and hopefully get this fish out before it gets to it. And right when I line up and pull the trigger, the fish turned, and I just skirted it, and I don't even think I hit it at all. I just skirted just past the edge of the fish, and that one got away from me. I was a little rusty this day. It's like I think I say it later in the video. It's the longest I haven't been spearfishing in probably close to 15 years. I don't think I've ever taken a month off of spearfishing, so I was off to a little bumpy start.
Wow. The second I pulled the trigger, he just, boop. There's two nice blacks right there.
Well.
Woo.
Next drop. It's really hard to see with the zoomed out camera. But there were two grouper, same thing, just not having it. Both took off before I could even get in range, even start to pursue them. No reason to even chase them at this depth. About 65 right here.
The camera never does justice, but it is pretty spicy out here. The plan was to go recreational, but I've been seeing so many grouper, I was just gonna keep shooting them, and I'm just off. I was gonna shoot them and try and make some money, pay for expenses and all that, but I'm just off. Took a month off of diving, and I'm a bit rusty. That's the longest I've gone without spearfishing in probably like, I don't know, 15 years. Just full of excuses today, but I don't know. We're gonna go with the flow. We'll check a couple more spots. This is what we're on now. My jet lag is starting to hit me. I'm feeling kind of tired. Gavin's feeling a little woozy. This may be a shorter trip than I had intended.
It's a slicker out here, boys.
It's like there's not even that much wind. But we'll see. We're gonna hop in on this one. Maybe check a couple more. Might have to postpone the grouper expedition. Let's check it out. All right, Gavin, you got first drop this time. Just so you believe me. Oh, another gopher. The big stinky. That's a big old red.
Yeah. Two little blacks.
Two little ones?
Yeah, I didn't see big. I was looking for them, but I mean, they're sure they're down there.
Yeah, little life.
Yeah, I wasn't come back up without. especially puking.
That's a bit.
I gotta get something.
Yeah, man, that's a big red though.
This is my first drop on this spot. Gavin took first drop, got that real nice red grouper. I took a drop, and I didn't see much. Only did one drop here. Just didn't really like the look of it. There wasn't a whole lot of bait. There was a little bit, but after the one red, we decided to move along. This spot was on a roll off. I think where we were hunting was around 60, 65. Rolled off to much deeper, but most of these drops this day were between 55 and probably 70 feet. On my way down, if you pay close attention right there, bottom left, there's a black grouper. There's two or three that were up in the column and were swimming down and away from me. And try not to get puppy fever. Try to just pick one and focus on it, whichever one's staying the closest. So I decide it's this one. Goes under a rock. I know it's going to come out and turn. It does and pauses, and I take my shot. Shaft got stuck in the rock there. Give it a couple tugs.
smaller ones. There's a black grouper fiesta. Oh man.
On my way down, next drop, see a grouper that's kind of just moseying around. When I see a fish that I know I'm going to target, I try to just sink into it, pull my gun out, line up real slow, stays there broadside, gives me the shot. I wasn't sure if the flopper went all the way through on this one, so you'll see I reach my left hand in there and grab the fish and try to push the shaft all the way through to make sure it toggled, but it actually was already. And this fish went nuts and actually shifted the rock right out of the way, and the fish pulled right out. Couldn't really see what was going on because my head was facing up, but another nice black grouper. Got lucky there. Really try to pull them out in one drop if I can, because once they rock up, they can make a mess, tangle that line up, and it always attracts predators, all that commotion. So if I can do the one and done, I prefer it.
There was a yellowfin. Yellowfin down there.
Next drop. This bottom was just awesome. This was a great spot. You can see all that dust from that last fish. See another nice grouper, start to lean into it, line up, and he starts moving a little faster than I like. I probably could have taken that shot. After that first fish, I didn't want to tear out of another one. So I decided not to take the shot. And after a certain point, if the fish start acting sketchy like that, it's best to just move along instead of continuing to drop on them and chase them, because next time they're going to know what you're up to.
We're on the board, baby. Still got it. Feel a little better. Seeing a lot of fish. But now technically I am, hopefully you can hear me with the wind. Technically I'm over my recreational limit, so I'm in the commercial realm. This is officially a commercial trip. So we'll end up selling these fish, pay for expenses. But yeah, that was a pretty awesome spot. That's actually a new spot. I ran over that one a while ago, marked it, but never checked it. So love finding new stuff. But we're gonna move along. Maybe hit a couple more, we'll see. It's getting a little, it was supposed to die down as the day went, and it's definitely getting worse.
This is our next spot. About the same depth, about 60 feet. And you'll actually see in this clip, this is a reason I'm a big fan of bright colors when diving. The camouflage thing was a very popular craze for a while, but I don't believe much in it. I prefer to have bright color, at least bright colored something. My weight belt is white, my fins are bright yellow. You can see Gavin, I can't see the bottom, but I can see Gavin because he's wearing bright colors. And you could actually hear his gun go off there just a second ago. He took first drop on this one. And you'll see what comes up here in a sec.
Nice one, brother.
A very, very nice, healthy black grouper.
The
Nice
Gavmeister! Woo! Don't call it a comeback.
So I wasn't seeing a whole lot. This is my first drop on this spot. I look out in the distance. There's a big old mutton snapper up off the bottom cruising around. Give it the finger wiggle. It is just not having it. Got a little closer. I thought it was going to turn and give me the shot, but don't really want to wear myself out at this depth. So decided to get back to the surface and regroup. So on my way down on this one, very, very nice mutton snapper comes into my view. And starts to head back out just like the last one did. Did some finger wiggles and some grunting, and people ask why we do that because sometimes it works. This fish turned right back around, gave me the broadside, and I got that shot I like. So next drop, I'm on my way down. It's hard to see. A bigger grouper took off to the right, but you'll see right here laying in the sand, center of the screen, there's a grouper laying in the sand. And I didn't really look at it. I assumed it was a red grouper just because it was hanging out over the sand. They typically do that, so I didn't get a great look at it, but I played the greedy game. I tried to chase the bigger grouper, and the camera doesn't pick it up. It's off in the distance. I was hoping it was going to rock up, and I just kept going. So I decided to turn around, go back and take a look at what I thought was a red grouper, and now that I'm lower, I realize, crap, this is a black grouper as well. So I line up, or try to line up, and it is just not having it. Skirts out a little bit, starts to slow back down, so I think it's going to give me a shot, but takes right back off, and sometimes you play the greedy game and you get nothing.
Dude, I just got faked out by a black. Woo! Happy splash well. That's a nice one, Gavin.
Yeah.
Dude, that last one, I dropped down and I pulled out of my dive and I saw one black take off this way, but it was a lot bigger. So I started to chase it and I looked to the left and I didn't really look at it because I assumed it was a red. It just came and like laid in the sand and turned pale and just literally laid there. And I was like, okay, that's a red for sure. No, it was another black. And I chased the other one. I turned back around. I was like, well, I'll go look at the red, see how big he is. And it was a black. And he saw me, and he turned and just took off. And I was like, dude, I totally thought it was a red at the beginning. He juked me. He literally laid in the sand and turned pale. That was a happy spot. Oh, mutton. Gavin got a nice one. Very nice grouper. Had some missed opportunities there, but don't want to take them all. You like to leave the spot healthy. But I think we're gonna call it early. It's not even 1 o'clock yet. We didn't get out here till about 9. I can just feel my jet lag catching up on me. And Gavin's not feeling well either.
Three times.
Gavin's puked 3 times. And not worth risking it. You don't want to have a shallow water blackout or anything like that. So we're gonna call it. We've got a pretty happy box for 4 hours of dive. So we'll get these back. We're gonna sell them, take them to the market. We'll pull them all out together. We got some up front, iced. And we'll take these to the market, get them sold, and do a commercial breakdown. I'll see you in a bit. Well, I'll be honest, that was, in my opinion, not bad for 4 hours of diving with 2 hours of sleep and Gavin throwing up all over the place. Pretty thrilled with it. Gonna get these loaded up and get them weighed. That was way better than I thought. So we are here at Keys Fresh Seafood on Stock Island. This is where I sell all my fish. If you would like some fresh grouper, come down and get it. Tell them Key West Waterman sent you. It'll still be full price, but you know it's fresh. Not bad, man. I was thinking like 70 total. I'll take it.
Oh, yep.
Sweet. Well, fish are weighed and at the market. Like I said, if you want fresh fish, I just filmed this on May 1st, so it'll go out on Monday. We'll still have some fresh grouper there in the market. Got the market right there, Keys Fresh Seafood on Stock Island, and right next to it is the docks. That's one of our favorite restaurants. There's a good chance you'll catch us there, so be sure to check them out. Once I get some numbers back, I will get you a commercial breakdown. Alrighty, I've got some commercial numbers for you. Truth be told, I don't actually have the exact check, so I've got some roundabout numbers. Just took some old prices and did the math with the weights. We had just shy of 100 pounds of fish. I think it was 73 pounds of black grouper, 11-pound mutton, and a 10-pound red grouper. So total sale of around $600. Expenses for the day, gas and chum, about 150 bucks. So daily profit of $450. That is spectacular considering the conditions, and there was only 2 of us and we were both feeling pretty awful. I'm pretty confident with the amount of fish we saw. I'm pretty confident if I had a boat full of divers and we put a full day at it, I'd have had my limit at my 225. So that is a spectacular day. I'm very thrilled with that. And something else, anytime I post one of these commercial videos, I get a couple of emails or comments, people asking me, how can I be a commercial fisherman? What do I got to do? They hear, I make a decent day pay and think that they're going to get rich doing it. Just to keep in mind, it's very, very difficult to be profitable doing this full time. I only know a few people that do it full time, and it's a tough life. But just to give you an idea, a couple permits you need. You need a SPL, which is your saltwater products license. You need an RS, which is your restricted species license, and then the big one is your grouper snapper permit. I actually lease mine. I have a 225. There's a 225 and an unlimited. The unlimiteds you can buy or lease. I think right now for sale they're listed for about $100,000, which I think is still pretty inflated from the COVID craze. I think those prices are starting to come down just a little bit, but that is the price to buy one. If you want to lease one, I think you can lease them yearly for about $8,000 to $10,000. I have a 225 that I lease yearly, so those are a lot cheaper. They're just a lot harder to find, which means I can only have 225 pounds of snapper grouper. The unlimited, you can have as much as you want. But yeah, hopefully one day I'll make a more in-depth video on the steps and what you need to be a commercial fisherman. Some other things, we're coming up on summertime. Grouper season's open, obviously. The videos will be changing a bit. We've got hopefully some overnight Tortugas trips, some commercial stuff. Maybe some mahi will show up, a lot more grouper stuff. I want to do some pole spear videos with the grouper and snapper and the deep stuff. My good friend Will, aka Cooking with Clams on YouTube, is in town. He was watching the house while we were gone on our trip. So he's going to stay an extra month. We're going to do some filming and hang out and hopefully do some fun stuff. So keep an eye out for all of that. But that is all I have. I'm starting to ramble, so I'm going to close this out. Thanks so much for watching. I appreciate your time. I hope you enjoyed it. Any questions, leave it in the comments. Within the first hour of the videos being released, I get on there and answer all questions. But that's all I have. I will see you on the next one. Later.